Hello there and welcome to In the Thick of It. I am your host, Amanda Thickk, adult performer and intimacy pro. And today I want to talk to you about porn sex versus real sex. We're going to go into 6 myths of what we think good sex is versus what is real and what is actually good and fosters and grows intimacy. So let's get into the thick of it. Myth number 1 is more positions are better. Okay, let's back up here. When you are watching adult content and they are in all of these different positions, let me tell you a little bit on the background of this. Those performers have had conversations about which positions they might do, where they're going to be positioned, where the camera's going to be so that they know what's in the background, where they're going to go. Sometimes they'll map out which one is going to come after the other. Sometimes it's a little bit more organic. Either way, you're kind of hitting certain benchmarks. You got to do this one. You got to do this one. You got to do this scene. You got to do this position. You got to do this position. There's certain ones that are camera friendly that everyone wants to see, and you're performing. It's entertainment. In real life, the more positions is not the better. It's not. You want to do what feels good. And a lot of what's happening in porn is acrobatic. It doesn't feel good at all. You're actually having muscle cramps and you're twisting things and things are super uncomfortable because you're trying to make it look good. And so you're trying all these things. I remember, I have a memory of a million years ago when I was having some fun in my personal life and we were kind of trying all these different positions. And I remember in one where I'm basically in a handstand. What? There was novelty in it. Yes. It was fun. Sure. Did it feel good? Not worth a damn. Okay. No, it's memorable because it was so funny, because it was so ridiculous that it wasn't about the pleasure at all. It was about like, we're doing this stupid thing because we're doing a stupid thing. It was funny, but feel good? No. Find what works. Know what your favorite positions are. Maybe switch it up by throwing a new one in there once in a while, or just use the ones that work and try different locations. Try that. Myth number 2, silence is sexy. No, not really. Let me break this down here. So in the videos, you mostly just hear sound effect, right? You hear moaning. You hear, oh yeah. You hear, to that effect. I'm not going to go crazy here, but you get the point. There's not a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot of, oh yeah, right there, or communication. Now, of course, in my scenes, I laugh a lot. That's just me. I don't really care if there's a camera there sometimes, so I'm a little off the cuff. But if you're looking at a pro scene, there's not a lot of verbal communication happening other than sound effect. Yes, you do need sound effect in the movies, but in real life, you want to have more talking. You want to be able to communicate with your person like, yeah, this is working, this one not so much, maybe move a little like that. Oh, yes, there. Be communicative. And I think a lot of women specifically are afraid to be bossy necessarily. Like they don't want to say much. So they're just they don't want to hurt his feelings or hurt his ego. Because if they say something that might sound critical, it might end the show, right? And I think the misunderstanding there is that it's critical. It doesn't have to be at all. It just is, oh, yes, that. It's all positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is going to get you there. So communicate as much as you can and just do it in a fun way. Do it in a sexy way, like, oh, I like it. I like it more when you do this. Oh, this spot over there was better. Oh, yeah, that one. And it doesn't even have to be like sultry and like, oh yeah, like it doesn't even have to be that. It can literally just, you guys see how giggly and silly I am. It can be funny. The way you communicate it isn't going to make or break that situation. It's just you need to convey that, yes, this is a good thing. And you can laugh about it, or it can be silly or goofy. It doesn't have to be sexy. Myth number 3, fast and nonstop equals passion. I always think it's funny when you see in movies where like they just like attack each other and they're knocking things over and things are crazy. It's like supposed to be so passionate. And it's really like, who does that? It's so weird. Really. So, okay, in the movies, sure, you're trying to convey, like, I can't get enough of you, right? And so it's just this intensity. They're trying to convey intensity through the movement, which is the way they try and convey that is through the speed. But if you're just like high speed Charlie, man, it's just not going to cut it. You got to slow down. Baby, slow down. Because you don't feel as much when you're racing through. When I do massages, you have to go slow. And here's the thing that I learned from doing massage is that your brain is building anticipation with the touch. So for example, I'm massaging your arm. And as my hand is moving forward, your brain is wondering where I'm going next. But if you go too fast, your brain is just on the same speed with your movement. So your brain is like, oh, your hand is there. As opposed to, where is it going? You need to go slow enough to give the brain enough space to wonder. What's coming next? Where is it going to go? Which direction? Am I going to like it? Am I not going to like it? What's going to happen? If you're going too fast, you skip all of that. And that tension, when you're slower, the tension builds in your brain, and that builds the tension in your body, which primes your body and gets everything like really excited. So it makes all the work and the effort you're putting in have a much bigger payoff, if you understand what I'm saying. So slow. Now, I know I am also a sensualist, so maybe I'm a little biased in the slow down category. But truthfully, really, when you're just bang, 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 you like lose sensation. It's kind of like having one of those toys that buzzes and vibrates and can ultimately kind of desensitize things because it's just too much. The intensity is so much. You've got to slow down, and give the brain a chance to anticipate what comes next, because that will build the tension so much faster than any kind of physical touch you could do. Myth number 4, everyone's ready now. Okay, in the videos, right? It's like, ooh, you're hot. Oh, you're hot too. Let's go. Bow, chick, bow, bow. Right? Yeah, no, on what planet, right? That's not real. That's not, no. And so there's this assumption, and this is a big mistake. I will go into this in a whole other episode, so you can expect that to come later. But this is where men go wrong a lot of the time, is they just kind of assume that because they're in the mood and then kind of put on the moves, that she's ready too. Nope. She's thinking about other stuff. She's not ready. You got to get her ready. And so there's work to be done. I actually teach a strategy on this. So I am creating digital products, a bedroom playbook, if you will, and I'm going to be having that available. I will have links below all my videos and in my content everywhere, so you'll be able to find it. And I have some very specific steps and strategies that will help you, that will just take seconds. It's designed to be fast. Like, you just go through this, you're like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I am trying to create intimate experiences for you that give you confidence that you need in the right time, in the right place. So keep an eye out for those. They'll be in the links. That said, I'm going to be teaching more of that in future episodes as well. So these are all things that are going to help you get ready, get her ready, prime the whole situation, and do it really easily and really without hardly any effort at all. It's just going to take some mindfulness and some practice. And you get her ready, and then we can start the games, right? It's just this, I look at you, you look at him. Like, it's just, let's go. That just doesn't. It's a great adult themed video, but especially in this year, like this day and age, it's just kind of like, well, who are you? I need a background check. What's going on? What? It just doesn't happen like that ever. So you have to put in some work. You have to be able to put in some time, slow down, and everything will actually, you'll prime the situation to go your way. Myth number 5, aftercare is optional. No, I'm sorry, it's not. After an encounter, especially for the female, her nervous system is just wide open. There's a whole neurological release on both sides, really, but especially on for women, that needs to be grounded afterward, which is what aftercare is for. And I never really thought about aftercare. Like, I never had a word for it. I wasn't like, oh, I want aftercare. Like, I don't think that way. I'm sorry. You just live the experience, right? And so I never really thought anything of it until I had a situation once where it was so weird. So I had an experience with somebody I'd gone on some dates with and was really interested in. And we were talking about introducing each other's friends and that sort of stuff. And we had our first encounter, and it was really boring. And I can do a whole podcast on boring sex later, but it was really boring. And then as soon as it was done, like the second it was done, he jumped up and like went and sat on his computer to work. And it was so bizarre. I was like, what just happened? What just happened? It was so strange that I never saw him again after that. And I was like really interested in dating him, but he kind of ruined all of it. And the reason I bring up aftercare specifically is that it's essentially a way to kind of finish a sentence. It's the period at the end of the sentence. It is the final moment. Like if you're watching an adult film, it's the money shot. It's like, you got that, and now it's like, okay, now the conversation is closed. So the best type of aftercare is just presence. Do you need to jump up and go to the bathroom? Maybe, but come back and invest 10 minutes. It's not even about how much time. It's not even at this huge, like we have to cuddle and do all this stuff. Like it doesn't have to be that at all. Actually, it could even be just 5 minutes, but it's 5 present minutes. You're not on your phone. You're not distracted. You're like eye contact and engaged. You're there. You're not thinking about somewhere else. You're here, right? So true aftercare isn't even about what you do. It's just that you're there. You could get her a drink of water. You could ask if she needs anything. That's always very polite and kind. And it just finishes the experience with a positive feeling of connectedness, as opposed to like, okay, well, we did that. Now we can move on with our day. That says something else completely. If you have other things to do and you're already thinking about that a half of a second after you're done, then she's going to be checked out. So, by the way, as I'm throwing around these gender terms for those that are like bothered by that, then mix and match them in your own mind. I don't really care. This is easy to interchange it. It's just all relationships require polarity. So your gender isn't really the issue. It's not really the conversation piece. It's the polarity of the relationship. There's always a male and a female energy. Whoever wears whatever hat, I don't really care. So you get to take what I say and translate that for yourself, but that's too much work for me. So if you don't like it, that's fine. You can listen to somebody else or just interchange it in your mind. You understand what I'm trying to tell you because the dynamics of masculine and feminine in a sexual capacity matters. So I just have to throw that out there. The last myth that I have to share today is size and stamina are everything. Oh, is it though? Is it though? I have a scene from a couple years ago. It was a hot tub scene. We started it off with a Q&A and a live stream, and it was like 4 other girls maybe. And they were asking questions. And the one question was, what size would you prefer in real life? And before I give you that answer, it wasn't what you think. It wasn't 10 inches, 12 inches. The size thing is a shock value, okay? It's when people ask, does size matter? Like, really? It really doesn't. Now, there has to be enough there to do the work, okay? And what I mean by that is, like, it's got to be felt. There has to be enough to work with. If not, then there's other things you can do. And you'll find a partner that can work with that. That's fine. There's something for everyone. But as far as just size in general, like, no. Most women prefer an average size, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't hurt. It's all pleasure, no pain. And so it's just so much easier to do different things, different positions, trying new stuff, and it gets the job done. Average is actually preferable. I know if you've seen any of my content, when I've met men who were interested in me or whatnot, and then they would see my content and then they would feel intimidated. Like, oh, I don't have that. I don't do that. And then it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to play the size game in real life. I just don't. I want to actually enjoy all of it. And now I do enjoy a very well-endowed person. And it's like a novelty. It's like going for ice cream. You can't have ice cream every day. If you have ice cream every day, you're just going to blow up like a big old balloon. You're going to have diabetes. You're not going to even, it's not even going to be special anymore because now you're having ice cream every day and now it's tired. Just let it be a novelty. You don't need it every day. And so average is better. So to go back to answering that, what did all the girls say? The average answer they gave was 8. 8, I understand, is still on the larger size. These are also still girls that are adult performers. So they're used to all different sizes. And that was kind of the consensus, was 8. I will say I had a partner who called his situation the 4-inch destroyer. And as funny as that was, I loved that he had a sense of humor about it. It actually made him sexier to me. And he knew how to maneuver himself to make it work. And it was really great. If you have a 4-inch destroyer, don't be mad about it. You have a lot to work with. You're good. You're good. So those are 6 myths from sex to real sex. If you want help in getting deeper with intimacy, if you want to be better in the bedroom, I have created a playbook and some free guides and different things that you have as resources that I want to help you with your intimacy and confidence in the bedroom. So find the links around here and check those out. I can't wait to hear from you. Questions, send me your comments. I read everything, and I will see you here again on In the Thick of It.